From the Revenge release, that is Kiss with Unholy, a song that the once Vinnie Vincent had a hand in writing.
Yeah, once upon a time when he was a musician.
Yeah. Well, apparently Vinnie is going to reemerge again.
Right.
And perform a live show.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I understand, or at least what's been publicized,
right,
is that Vinnie Vincent files for the right to use Vinnie Vincent's Kiss.
Gene Simmons has to be his wig had to pop off his head when he saw this. What Gene has to be livid about this. Can you imagine the guy just threw Vinnie a fucking olive branch, letting him come out to his fucking vault appearance, show that he was still alive, and then he turns around and files to steal a piece of Kiss?
Well, to capitalize using the Kiss name.
It's never going to happen. Do you think this is ever going to happen?
No, absolutely not.
I mean, come on. This is... Can you imagine if he was out there? Like 3 guys all in makeup and Vinnie with his Onk makeup on doing Kiss songs?
Well, here's the thing. Vinnie has been absent from, sight for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Made his debut earlier this year, back in January, for this, this Kiss convention in, what was it, Atlanta?
Yeah, somewhere, yeah.
And it was such a big deal for the hardcore Kiss fans. You and I thought it was a joke.
Right.
And then, of course, he stiffed, one of our fellow podcasters with the Rockin' Pod by backing out.
Right.
Which basically they told him to take a hike. And then next thing you know, Vinnie is scheduled to play a live acoustic show in Memphis, Tennessee, which if this, story is correct, and I have no reason to think it's not.
Sure.
He's out there filing for the rights to use Vinnie Vincent's Kiss because obviously the name Vinnie Vincent alone isn't enough to draw a crowd.
No, probably not. But can you, dude, the backlash to this would be amazing. Don't you think? Kiss fans are so goddamn hardcore. What are they going to do with that? Don't you think they will absolutely lose their goddamn minds?
I can almost, and I'm not endorsing this at all, see that the bill says Vinnie Vincent, formerly of Kiss.
Okay.
Because that is true.
Yeah.
But to go out there as Vinnie Vincent's Kiss, that's ridiculous. Because, number one, Kiss was a well-established band way before Vinnie Vincent was ever involved.
And to be honest, way after.
Yeah. And for him to go Vinnie Vincent's Kiss, like he had some integral part in the success of that band, is ridiculous.
I know. Come on. Why not just go out as Vinnie Vincent Invasion? That's the part I don't understand. Why isn't he, or did he sell those rights?
I don't know. I remember about, what is it, over a year ago that we covered a story where he was selling the whole Vinnie Vincent everything, basically as a way, I guess, maybe he was desperate for money or something at the time.
But Vinnie Vincent's Kiss.
Yeah, okay.
That's not going to do well. I can't see Kiss fans going to it. I could see Kiss fans absolutely raising hell about it. Couldn't you see Kiss fans showing up there and just fucking being disruptive? I could. The only thing that might stop them is it's winter. That it'll be in the winter and they'd have to be out in the cold.
I don't know. Memphis doesn't get that cold in the winter.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. What's your take? I mean, do you see this at all happening?
No, absolutely not. I think, Kiss, the entity,
Mm.
And then, of course, with Gene Simmons being who he is, he's not going to allow that to stand.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wouldn't you love to have been a fly on the wall when somebody sent him that story, though? Gene, you're not going to believe this, but Vinnie filed a trademark to be Vinnie Vincent's Kiss.
Right.
I could see Gene now. What the fuck is that about?
Right.
I just let that motherfucker come to one of my gigs.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Vinnie is not good at making friends, is he? He's really good at just crossing everybody off the list, isn't he? He's been back, 8 months?
Well, since January, so yeah, 8 months.
And in 8 months, he's killed any connection he had to the podcast community, except for those 3 dickheads over at 3 Sides of the Coin.
Right.
He's apparently this is going to cut ties with him and Gene immediately, don't you think?
Of course.
Gene's gonna
that's like a big backstab.
Yeah, and Paul doesn't like him in the first fucking place. So Paul is going to be all about this, and Paul seems to like to bitch about this kind of shit now. So this guy's just cutting cords everywhere. My God, he's really not making any friends. That's for sure.
Well, again, people do desperate things in desperate times.
Yeah.
And I mean, and really, that's what it boils down to is the desperation that he's facing.
Do you think that he's just so broke and that okay, the first one might have drawn interest, but after that, now it's out of the bag?
Yeah, I think so.
And no one cares?
Yeah, I don't think anybody cares. I mean, it was a novelty, but that novelty wore off very quickly.
Yeah. How many people do you think would go, even if it's just Vinnie Vincent, for the acoustic show?
You know what? After seeing the YouTube videos and, in this day and age with modern technology and YouTube as it is,
yeah,
I think anyone who has any, objective eye could look at him when he was performing with Gene or even at the Kiss Expo.
Yeah.
This guy, it's obvious this guy does not play guitar anymore.
It sure looks that way.
It's very obvious.
Right.
So why would anybody go, oh, man, this guy just lays it down? It doesn't. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So how many people? 500?
Oh, I can't even imagine.
You don't think, see, I think he'll do 500.
Really?
Dude, I have friends.
In Memphis?
I have friends that are already talking about traveling to go.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess because I'm not that big of a fan, I'm not that tuned into it.
Yeah.
But I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I have my one friend Pat, who I think you've met. He was in I forget the band he was in. He was in one of these bands that you would have seen.
Okay. All right.
Not Ground Zero, but a band like that. From the Cleveland days, from that era.
All right.
And he has seen, he went down to the one in Atlanta, paid his money to get the full package. And as soon as they announced it, he's like, I got to make sure I can get time off so I can go to go see Vinnie Vincent. Vinnie Vincent's return gig.
The thing is, I get the expo thing because there's more to do than just seeing the Vinnie Vincent thing.
Mm-hmm.
I get that part, kind of.
Yeah.
But to travel just to see this one-off show with a guy who hasn't played in a million years, and if you watch any of the YouTube, it's obvious this guy doesn't even know how to hold a guitar properly.
Yeah, well, dude, I mean, I don't think it's that, though. I think there is a mystique about this girl that supersedes any of that. For whatever reason, the Kiss fans, the hardcore Kiss fans, let her off the hook constantly. They just constantly let this weirdo off the hook. for every stupid thing. They don't care that he was a dog killer. They don't care that he ripped most of them off for their box sets. They don't care. They're still willing to throw money at him, even though they got ripped off. It doesn't make any sense to me, but he supersedes, for whatever reason, whatever we're talking about today, supersedes logic for some reason, to where there is a big interest. Now, the thing that I think is going to hurt, though, is the fact that the whole podcast community is not going to talk about it. Because there's all these Kiss podcasts out there, and they're not going to talk about it anymore.
Uh-huh.
So, it's going to leave this thing a little flat, but I think it'd still do 400 or 500 people. I really do.
Okay.
Maybe the first one, but then once those YouTubes get out there, forget it. So how much money can he make off 500 people?
Well, he's going to get a flat fee unless he negotiated like through the door type thing.
Well, now I get that, but I mean, how much is a club that holds 500 people going to pay him? They're not going to give him $50,000.
No. If they pay him 10,
yeah, that would be about $10,000, and then his career's over. Man, this guy should really hire a manager.
Well, the thing is he needs to clean up. I mean, if he truly wanted to make some kind of a comeback,
yeah,
he would definitely have to clean up his personal image a little bit.
And he's getting an ab roller at a minimum. Get himself into shape.
That's kind of what I'm trying to say. He needs to clean up his personal image a little bit to make it worthwhile, because he looks like he looks like a fat old queen.
Yeah, he looks terrible. He might as well call himself Hillary. Just go out there and tour as that. Music to make you want to commit suicide.
Hillary Kiss.
Hillary's Kiss.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't see this doing well at all, but you know what? We didn't think that the Expo would do very much either, and it fucking sold out. So who knows? That's what makes me think that it won't do as bad as you're thinking. I think it's going to do okay. I think he'll probably sell the room.
Okay.
I guess we'll see, but I know one thing. Won't sell anything to me. I've always thought that guy was a fucking hack. I just don't think he's that good of a even in his heyday, I didn't think he was that good of a guitar player. He could play a zillion notes, but he didn't play any that were very interesting.
Well, memorable.
Yeah, nothing to me.
I mean, it's not like he was an Eddie Van Halen or a George Lynch.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a fan of the Vinnie Vincent Invasion, really. I just didn't dig it. And what did he play on with Kiss? Lick It Up? That's okay. Creatures of the Night? Did he play on I Love It Loud?
I don't think so.
I like that song. and I know you like Unholy, and I think it's okay. I don't think it's the greatest Kiss song.
I mean, he was a writer on that, but I don't think he performed.
No, but he wrote it, or he wrote parts of it or whatever. I mean, it's an okay song. It's not their best. It fits right up next to Silver Spoon. Good songs like that. I don't know.
I think the hype is just overhyped.
I think that too. I think if Bruce Kulick would have disappeared for a bunch of years, then he would probably have the same buzz, don't you think?
I would think so.
But he just kept right on playing to where he's not worth, $100 to most people.
True.
That's the sad part. He's the better player. In my mind, he's the better player.
Yeah, but that he made that his business, though. I mean, obviously he went from Kiss to,
Union.
Union, and also I guess he's still a touring member of Grand Funk Railroad, right?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So, he's a working musician.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think that the difference between the two is Vinnie is such an over player, where Kulick plays to the music that's provided him. He doesn't overplay. At least I can't think of anything that he overplayed on. Can you?
Not at all.
Where everything Vinnie Vincent played on, to me, is overplayed on. You know, some of that Vinnie Vincent Invasion stuff is like, Jesus Christ, dude, slow down. You stink.
Well, that was the whole era where if you could play fast, you know, and just noodle a lot of notes, you were considered good.
Yeah, you were a shredder.
Yeah.
Well, good for him. And good for those fans that want to see him.
Yeah, nothing memorable, though.
No, not really. Boys gonna rock. Rock! I don't know. I don't see it, but that's just me.
Right.